Welcome or welcome back to the Paperless Plannery. My name is Candace and I am an avid digital planner. I'm also a digital content creator and I also have an Etsy shop by the same name, the Paperless Plannery. So for reference, if this is your first time seeing me, first again, welcome. Um, I have been digital planning since, I want to say since 2021. I started out in GoodNotes. I moved over to Noteful in May. Was it May? March of this year. And this is 2025. I don't know when you're watching this, but this is October 2025, clearly. And I moved over to Noteful earlier this year, and it was about a month into my journey of actually making and posting and selling, I guess, digital products. So I am very, very well versed in GoodNotes, or at least I feel like I was. Recently, GoodNotes has made a lot of changes, and since I don't use it as my preferred planning app every day now, I do still know how to navigate the app, but I'm probably not the most well versed in GoodNotes anymore. But I do feel extremely well versed in the Noteful app. I want to say back in March, I feel like that's right around the time that GoodNotes started to glitch and other creators were starting to go to Noteful. A few creators that I absolutely adore, Planning to Prosper, Breezy Organization. There's a creator named Simply Noteful. She's amazing if you need someone with Noteful, like how to navigate Noteful. Who else? There is a young lady, I don't know if she makes videos anymore. Her name's Julia Journals. Love her. So I learned what I know from Noteful by watching these people, just like you're watching me on YouTube, but also by getting in the app, playing with it, sort of figuring out what I liked, what I didn't like, what I was missing from GoodNotes, and like how the two sort of played with each other. I have two videos, probably the two videos before this, where I went like round for round, GoodNotes, Noteful, and like if you're looking for the pencil tool in GoodNotes, this is where it is. If you're looking for it in Noteful, this is where it is. But I thought, and I'm sure I have another video similar to this, I thought it would be fun to just start from zero. I'm going to call this maybe like what I would do if I were starting over with Noteful, or if I were starting with Noteful for the first time. I want to talk to you about the app, about changing the settings up for the first time, and then probably how to import a PDF, but specifically a digital planner or digital planner. So I'm a digital planner. I know that these apps can be used for note taking. They can be used for like transcription, like all kinds of things these apps can be used for. I don't have any content on anything but digital planning, making a digital notebook, taking digital notes. So if you are interested in that, please keep watching. Okay, so we're going to take this like first things first. We are going to say like you're in the app store, you type in Noteful. The app looks like a pencil, the two ends of a pencil, and in a blue background. And when I got the app in March, the app was $4.99. Okay, let me back up. You can get the app for free, but you will have limited, what are the words? What am I looking for? Limited use of the features. I wanted unlimited features, and it was $4.99, $5 less than what I paid for a cup of Starbucks. I was like, of course I'm buying in. Even if I use it for one day, there's so much worse things that I spent $5 on this year alone. So I was cool with that. From what I've heard, I feel like maybe someone said the price may be a little higher now, like $5.99. I'm not 100% sure. But the unlimited, the $4.99, $5.99, the pro sort of gets you everything that you would need. So first step, download the app. Okay. So you get the app downloaded. My app is going to look a lot different than your app. Let me show you. Let's do this. Let's go into light mode. So typically when you download the app, you won't have any of these notebooks. These are all notebooks that I either sell or have created myself in my Etsy shop. Things that I've added myself. When you download this the app, you will have, it'll look very similar to this. So imagine these three things here. None of this is here. This is all stuff that I've added. So imagine just those three things, a white background, and then a plus sign. That's all the app's going to look like when you get it. So if you want to use it for digital planning, you're going to have to upload your own planner or build a planner. I'm going to show you how to do both versions, okay? What else I want to tell you? The first thing that I did when I downloaded the app is I went in and I customized all the things. I customized, as you can see, I like to keep mine in a dark mode. I went and customized it from light mode to dark mode, and let me show you how to do that. So step one, I would think, is go to the end here. This is how I went. First thing I wanted to do was set up Cloud Sync, okay? The reason I did that is because this is an iPad Pro 11-inch. I also have an iPad mini. I wanted to make sure that whatever changes that I made on my iPad Pro, I could see on my mini. I usually take my mini with me on the go. It's my purse iPad. This usually stays here at my desk. It's like my workhorse. So I wanted to make sure that. So the first thing I did was I made sure that use iCloud, Cloud Sync was on, meaning what I do on one will sync to the other. Okay. In that same menu, you do have the option to change your theme. So you can do the appearance of system, and I'll tell you what that is. Light mode, which is what I'm in, or dark mode, which is what I usually have it in. System means that if you have your iPad set, you can make it like automatic. So in the daytime, it's lighter. At night, it's darker. You can set Noteful pretty much to do the same thing. So whatever your system is on, that's what it's going to be on. If you have your system set to dark mode all the time, then by default, your Noteful will be on dark mode all the time. I think my system is just like regular. I don't have any special settings in my iPad system. So when I had the option to change this to dark mode, it really helped. I think for the purpose of this video, so that you can sort of see a little better, at least it looks like that on camera, I went ahead and did light mode. Okay, so that's appearance. And then you have your toolbar. Your toolbar, we'll get into that in just a moment. You can have it either match your appearance or keep it in dark mode. The funny thing is I've never had it on match your appearance. So let's see if it looks any different. So that's what you would do in there. Other things on here, we have like auto backup. I would keep that off. I was playing around about a week ago and turned it on. And I think it gives you the option to like connect it to Google Drive. When I did that, it took up, because I have so much stuff in my Noteful, it took up pretty much all my Google Drive memory, and it was like telling me I needed to buy more space or I was going to stop getting emails. I don't think that's a problem for me, especially because I have two iPads. So if something were to happen to this iPad, if it broke, got stolen, whatever, I could just back up from the other iPad. So not a biggie for me. So I went ahead and turned that off. The gestures are really cool. So you have gesture settings. You can do the 2-finger tap. If you tap the screen with 2 fingers, like if I'm writing and I make a mistake, you can tap with 2 fingers and it'll undo. And if you decide, no, I really did want to do that, you tap with 3 fingers and it will redo it. Okay. So you can turn that on or turn that off. Zoom to wide width. I didn't even know I had that on, so we can definitely try that. But some of this I didn't change. It was just set up like this when I got it. So when I got it, I only changed the theme to dark mode. And then, like I said, I sort of played with the backup and I made sure that the Cloud Sync was on. So I think these are things that you don't have to do. But if I were setting up for the first time, I want it to look the way I want it to look. And I want it to be able to function between different devices. So those are the 2 things that I would suggest. Okay, let's get into the fun part, like actually making a notebook or uploading something. Okay, so as a digital planner, there are pretty much 2 basic ways that you can plan. I'm like, are there more than 2? But I think there are 2. There is either using a planner that is usually hyperlinked, so a planner that somebody has already made for you. Maybe it's something that you purchased off of Etsy. Maybe it's a hyperlink planner you made yourself, or plan as you go. I have done both. I'm going to show you how, and I think most people probably use like a predefined planner or a hyperlinked planner. So I'm going to show you how to upload a planner for the first time in here. So the planner, well, we'll get to that in a minute. So you're brand new here. All of this is blank. None of this is here. The first thing you want to do is hit this plus sign. It's going to give you a little menu. So the options here are notebook, quick create, scan documents, or import file. Anytime you want to bring something into this app, you want to import it. Makes sense. So you're going to hit import file. Okay. Now I have a lot going on in my iPad and my files, and we're just going to work through that. But for now, I am going to go to on my iPad and I'm going to type in the word blooming. And it's going to give me this document. This is the blooming, so just call it a blooming planner from Shelley Planners. This is actually the exact product that I started with in Noteful. So when I came over to Noteful, I had already started this planner in GoodNotes. So I just went back into my files and uploaded it from my files into Noteful. Now, if you have, and I should say that I had only been in this planner for about a week or two, so I didn't have much. If you are somebody that has a planner in GoodNotes that you've been working in for months and you want to bring it into Noteful, that's another video. It's not a hard step, but we'll just pretend like this is today if you're buying a planner, January 1st, and say that you're uploading from that. So I'm going to choose this and I'm going to hit open. Okay, so this is the Shelley Planner and it has opened in Noteful. Now this is a very, I don't want to say complicated because it's a lovely planner, but this is a heavy planner. This is a big planner. But it is hyperlinked and I wanted to sort of show you how to navigate using this. So I've uploaded my planner. This is a hyperlinked planner. As you can see, she has given us a lot of options here. So you're able to use your toolbar. Your toolbar will default here on the side. You do have ways that you can move that, but we'll use the toolbar and you can of course write your name or whatever you're going to write. And then here are your hyperlinks. Now, if you are somebody that's coming, I don't want to look at my horrible handwriting. Like, it's usually not bad, but that was quick. If you are someone, I lost my train of thought. Hold on, give me a second. I found it again. If you're someone coming from GoodNotes, you do in GoodNotes, in order to use any hyperlinks, you do have to put the GoodNotes app in read-only mode in order to do that. In Noteful, you don't ever have to do that. Read-only mode, or whatever you want to call it, is kind of built into the app. So these are all hyperlinks here. If I want, these are as well. If I want to use any of these hyperlinks, all I would need to do is long press and hold, and it'll take me to whatever page. So as you can see with this particular planner, you start at a 2025 overview. This planner is so chock full of goodness. Like, if you're someone that's up for the challenge, I definitely say try this one out. But there are your hyperlinks. If I wanted to go to this week, I click here, it takes me to this week. Let's say I want to go to this day. I click here, it takes me to this day. And then again, you can go back. There are so many different like reflections, and they have this for each month. So everything that I'm clicking on, as you can see, is for January. And this video is not like a review of this planner at all, because that would take a while because it's amazing. But I just wanted to show you how you can use it. So you can import this. You can start writing on it. Of course, if you've imported stickers, you can start using the stickers. Pretty much in Noteful, everything you import, a sticker book, a PNG file, a PDF, which that's a PDF, you're going to go here. Import means to bring in. So that's what you would need to remember. Okay. So hopefully that helps you on that one. Now let's talk about if you're doing a build your own style planner. Let's see what that will look like. So these are just some build your own style type of dailies that I was playing around with on my TikTok live the other day. This is just a daily for October that I'll probably use on Halloween. This is a weekly for December, which I'll probably change the date dots and use that in December. But this is what I mean by plan as you go. This started out as nothing, and I'll teach you how to start a notebook. And I am just sort of adding things as I need it. Okay. So to do that, what you want to do, all things go back to the plus sign. So we're going to hit plus, and we don't have anything to import now because we're making this from new. We want to add a notebook. So we're going to click notebook. Okay. And Noteful is going to give you so many amazing options here. Okay. So pretty much everything here can be customized. Okay. So first thing I want to start with is a notebook name. So I'm going to call this the 2025 planner. You can handwrite this and it will transcribe it into font, or you can use the keyboard. Okay. You can make your notebook have a cover. So there is the toggle for cover, or you can toggle it off. Because we're starting from new, I will go ahead and do a cover. Noteful gives you a good amount of cover options. As you can see, all of these sort of look the same. I want to say like moleskin, if you will. And then they have options that look more like composition notebooks. And then we have some pattern options. For the sake of today, what's a fun one that I want to use? Let's use this one for the sake of today. So we're going to use our Apple Pencil or our stylus, and we're going to choose the check. Whichever one the check is on is the one that we would be using. So I want to make sure that my check is on that one. Okay. And then I'm going to scroll back up and go to done. So now, as you can see, my notebook has a cover. Now I need to decide what kind of paper I want in my notebook. You have so many options for paper. Blank paper, I would do blank paper if I'm going to be pulling in digital papers from other places. For the sake of today's example, I'm going to use it as just blank paper. But much like the notebook covers, you are able to hit the three dots here, and it brings up a multitude of different notebook, what's the word? Like styles of notebooks. Even like some, like if you're making sheet music, stuff like that, some handwriting. So whatever you choose will be the first page in your notebook. Your entire notebook doesn't have to be this. You can import a different, oh my God, the word has just left me. You can import just like a different type of page every single time, or you can stick with the same one, or you can actually bring in a digital paper, which is what I'm going to do in a minute. So that's your options. For today, I'm just going to stick with this blank paper with this cover. And then you have the option to change the colors. So let's say I wanted my paper to be like an off-white, black, and so forth, and so on. You can change your colors, but I want mine to be white. Okay. You also have the option to change the size of the papers. If you want to do like a legal pad, if you want to do an A5, I like to keep it at letter, which is 8.5 by 11. And then you can change your orientation. I typically like to do my planner in a landscape. Now, it has not always been that way. As you can see, this one was portrait. So for today, we're going to keep it in portrait. But if you wanted to change those things, there's your toggle. Okay, so there's my cover, my blank white paper. It'll just be that one page. And then my 2025 planner. I hit create. And there it is. Okay, I am going to turn this way so that you can sort of see it. So this is my notebook. These are the only two things in my notebook so far. If I wanted to add in another page and I want it to look exactly like this one, all I would do, as you can see, is sort of drag it, see and watch and wait for that blue check, and then let go. And there's your page addition. So now I technically have 4 pages. As you can see, page 2 of 4. I have my 1 cover page and then 3 blank white pages. If I want to get rid of a page, I would go here to the 4 squares in the upper left. And whatever page has this blue outline, that is the current page I'm on. And this menu here, this is the menu that correlates to that page. So if I hit copy right now, it's going to copy whatever's on that page. If I hit rotate, it's going to rotate that page. What we want to do is hit delete. So we're going to delete that page. We're going to delete this page. And I'm going to throw you a curveball. We're actually even going to delete this page because I don't really need it because I'm going to import my own calendar. Okay, so delete that page. So I still have this notebook. This is the only page in my notebook now, unless I long press and add a page. What I want to do now is I want to import in a calendar page. So I do sell calendar pages. There are a few different ways that you can do this, but I want to sort of show you the way that I would do it. So it would first start by me putting the iPad in a split screen. Now this has become a little more tricky with the new iOS update, but I feel like I'm getting pretty good at it, as you can see, of splitting a screen. So what I've done here is I have two Notefuls open. I have the one Noteful that has my new notebook, and then I have an additional Noteful, which is where I'm going to go and I'm going to grab my planner template. Okay, so stick with me now. You would not have all of these things. These are all folders that I have created. I have a folder that's called blank planners. Okay, here's my 2026, and we'll actually use a 2026. Why not? 2026 portrait. I have 2026 landscape. I have 2026 portrait Monday and Sunday start. I have some planner hubs in here. So let's use a 2026 Sunday start portrait. So what I'm going to do in order to get either all the pages over into this or just one page at a time, I'm going to go to that little waffle. So anytime you want to extract a page from a notebook, you're going to want to go to this little 4-square waffle here. That 4-square waffle will always be in the upper left side. So I'm going to click on the 4-square waffle there, and you're going to see here that this notebook has 4 different options for covers. I've also included a November and a December 2025 because I like to start planning ahead of the new year, and then January through December. Okay, so let's say, and this is October, so I think it's fitting. Let's say we want to plan for November of 2025. We want that to be the first thing. You have 2 options. You can just put the November in. Again, remember, any whatever page has the blue outline, that is the page that this menu is referring to. Okay, so we can just copy this one page. To do that, make sure your blue outline's there. Hit copy. Okay, and then you're going to go over to your 4-square waffle on the Noteful side that you want to paste it in. You're going to click that, and then again, this menu, it goes to whatever that blue square is around. So when I hit paste, it's going to paste after this page. And there's my November. Okay, now let's say I'm going to delete this for now. Oh gosh, I deleted the wrong thing, which is fine. It's great. I deleted the wrong thing. Again, the blue square was still around that one. I should have moved my blue square. In Noteful, if you want to go back, just hit that back arrow. It brings it back. Okay, so let me put that blue square in the right place, and then let me delete it. And I'm going to take a drink. You guys have to bear with me. I almost didn't make this video. Excuse me, I've been putting it off. My dog is actually sick. We just got back from the vet, being at the vet all day long. So this dog mama is exhausted. My eyes are burning. So I'm just trying to get through this, and then I'm going to go rest. But let's say we wanted to put all of these in here. Let's say we were like, I just want all my monthlies in one place, but I don't like these covers. I want to use my own cover. What you would then do is hit select. As you can see, these little circles have come up. Even on these have circles. You're going to want to just click everything. So I want to click my November and December of 2025, my January through December 2026. So I have the pages that I want to be copied clicked. I'm going to hit copy. It will say 14 pages copied. We'll go here, hit paste, and then the 14 pages are paste. So at this point, we really don't even need this side anymore, and we can double tap here to make this large. And here's our imported 2025/2026 calendar, okay? So that pretty much explains what I wanted to explain in this video of how do you get started and how do you import something. So as you can see, we imported this in from the Shelly planners. I imported that in from my files, and then we created, oops, it's my thing. We created this one where I made my own cover, and then I imported in my 2025 planner. Now, I already had this in my Noteful because I created it, but let's say you buy a planner like this, you can just do it the same way I did the Shelly one, okay? I think I am going to show you one more thing, and that is how to use a digital paper and import the digital paper. It's pretty much the same concept. So I'm going to do this and then do that. Come back here and then do that. Okay. So let's say that I want to do sort of like this, where I have like a notebook here that is not really a planner, but just like a regular notebook. Yeah, like a digital notepad. That'd be fun. Let's do a digital notepad. So I'm going to create a notebook. Because I'm not going to use the cover anyway, I'm just going to toggle the cover off, and I'm going to call this my, we're going to call it a work notepad. Uh-oh. Where's my undo? Let's see if we can use our 2-finger tap to undo. Nope, it ain't working. Well, I think it might be frozen actually. Let me force close it and then start it again. Yeah, it's opening back up. Let me give it a second and then I'll be right back. Okay, I think we're back. So let's try that again. I am going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to hit notebook. I'm going to call this work. And then I'll hit create. I don't really care about the type of paper that it is because I'm going to import my own paper. So we're going to hit create. Now, I do sell these work planners, or I guess work, or not even work. What am I saying? I told you guys I'm tired. Notepads. But let me find it. What I would suggest is never using, we'll use this fall Padfolio. So let's say we want to take some pages out of this Padfolio and make our own notebook, okay? What I would suggest is never just writing in your original copy. What I would suggest is, you can see this is not written in. It shouldn't be any writing on any of the pages unless I was just scribbling and forgot to like erase it. But what I do is I use this as like my template. That's the word I was looking for earlier, template. I use this as my like template, and I just copy and paste into a folder or notebook that I can actually write in, scribble in, add stickers to, you get it. So let's say I wanted to build my own notebook here. So as you can see, this is the fall Padfolio, and I have everything from like traditional fall to like some Halloween stuff. But let's say you don't like dig with all these colors. Let's say that you're a neutral girly and you want to make a neutral notebook. Now, I'd be like a colorful girly, but let's build us a neutral fall notebook. So we want to pretty much extract a few pages out of this and put it into this. You do it exactly the same way we did the planner. So I'm going to go to select, and I'm going to choose a few of the neutral pages. And let's say we want to use those, and I want those to be in my notebook. I'm going to hit copy. It'll say 7 pages copied. Okay. Then I'm going to go over to my little waffle here, and then I will paste the 7 pages. And if I don't want this white page here, let's say I want to put my own cover, we can make sure that the blue outline is there and hit the trash can, and it deletes it. And that's that. So now when I go to my home page, there's my work notebook. As for right now, this is the cover page, and you can keep that as a cover page, or you can put another type of cover page on it, and then you can flip through, and these are the pages that you've added. Now, what if you want to like duplicate this page? As you can see, since this page is no, it's not. This one's the last one. The pull and drop, it only is going to work for that one. But let's say I want to duplicate this one. What you're going to do is go back up to the 4 squares on the left, and then you're going to want to hit, you can do copy it and then paste, or you can go to the plus sign here. You can hit add page, and it'll give you the option to add the current page, add the first page of the notebook that this came out of, or add a blank page, and so on and so forth. I want to add the current page because I want to duplicate this one, but I want to make sure that I have changed that I either want my page that I'm adding to go before this one or after this one. Typically, I like it to go after this one. So I hit after, click current, and then it adds an extra page. Okay, so now I have 3 of those. Excuse me. If I decide that I just need the one, I can go through and hit select, delete any that way, or whichever one has the blue outline, I'll just go and hit delete. Okay. So I think that's where I'm going to stop for today. I don't want to overwhelm anyone, but I had somebody on my TikTok who said that she was sort of struggling with Noteful, and I wanted to sort of help figure out what was going on and see what we can do to like take it step by step. So at this point, if I've done my job right, you should at least know how to import a hyperlink notebook or any type of notebook or any type of PDF. Actually, any PDF can be imported that way. If we go back here to import files, I sell, where are they at? Where are they? You guys is probably right in front of my face. I sell digital paper, and I always keep a copy of them. So let's say you bought this from me. In your file, it should look just like this, or it should be on like a it should be on something with my name on it to know that you got it. Once you download it, you can just hit the check mark, hit open, and then it's going to import it right into Noteful for you. Okay. So at this point, you should know how to import any type of PDF into Noteful, and you should know how to start from absolutely nothing and build into your Noteful. Okay. I'm going to show you now how to delete some stuff because I don't want to keep these in here and then like mess myself up. So let's say you have too much stuff going on. You don't want all of this. You want to clean this up. To select multiple things, and you're unfiled, and that's probably something good I should talk to you about really quickly. Sorry, I said I was going to finish, but unfiled, that's like your, think about that as like your main menu. Okay. So if it's unfiled and until you filed it, it's going to be under unfiled, but that's just everything that you've imported. So the things that I like to see on my cover page, of course, would be my monthly planner. This is my business planner. I have a 9-to-5 job. This is my work planner. And then I have things like my recipes. I have a home-based notebook full of like, right now it's like Christmas ideas and stuff like that. These are things I like to keep. When I open up Noteful, I like to know where they are and go right to them. You can actually make it so that there's nothing in your unfiled, but I like for mine to default here. If you want to move something, you have the option to press on it and hold. You can move it into either a new folder or an existing folder, or you can get rid of them. So let's say I'm going to get rid of everything that I sort of made as a test today because I don't need those things. So I'm going to click this check mark, which is going to give me the option to select multiple things. And I'm just going to get rid of everything that we either imported or we worked on today. And that should be those 4 things. Then down here at the bottom, make sure you can see it, I can hit delete and it's going to send it to my trash. And then I can either leave it here, it'll be fine, or what I do is delete all, because what I found is if your trash is really full, and this is the same in GoodNotes, if your trash is really full, it's going to make the app move slower. So I'm going to say I want to delete those all. And then now this is just the things that I use. Minus this, but I think I'm going to use this to play around a little bit. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe the next video, and I'll probably end up filming this video. Today's Sunday night, pretty much. Either Monday. I know I got to take the dog back to the doctor and I have to work. So I'll either do it tomorrow or I'll do it Tuesday, where I'll make some spreads in here and I'll show you how to import stickers, how to use stickers in Noteful, and this will be a good spot because this is something that I do want to use. So that'll be fun. We'll come in, we'll do some planning, but hopefully 35 minutes in, this helps somebody that may have felt uneasy with how to navigate Noteful. There's so much more to learn, but if I can give you any advice, it's pretty much you have to learn Noteful the same way you learn GoodNotes, by trial and error. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. If I don't know the answer, I will definitely do some research to find you an answer. But I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. That would mean the world to me. And I will see you in a few days where we continue our journey into Noteful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Mwah. See you later, guys.